Hey there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. It is Sat Chat time. We're rolling, we're good. This is Sat Chat. It's not a tutorial. We're just gonna chat. And if you've been a keenly eyed viewer of my channel would notice there wasn't any tutorials posted this week because I do not have extra videos in the can except for the Rosa review. I'm like ahead a few weeks on reviews, but I wasn't ahead on any tutorials or not. So when I got hit with COVID last week, it was a little derailing. Plus I had some other projects I needed to get done. So anyway, my content schedule fell off on YouTube. I apologize, but luckily there's thousands of videos in the back catalog if you're desperate for something artsy and craftsy to do. It's 1:27 Friday afternoon. I've got to redo the podcast that I recorded last week because we were having we'd had some pretty bad like wind and rainstorms recently in Maine, and there was a lot of power outages and something happened with the cable wires as well. So my internet was not working very well, and I didn't really notice it because I noticed it like I'd go to watch something because we have our television is like Hulu, so it's not coming over the broadcast air, and so I noticed like stuff would get hung up and wouldn't play, and I'd just go do something else and didn't really think of it. So for a couple days I didn't have like stable internet, and it didn't make a big deal when I was uploading stuff because it would just kind of like grab the internet when it came. I don't know how it works, but so I was trying to do the podcast after recording Sat Chat last week, and I could not connect into their podcast app, and so then we went on Zoom and the quality was really bad. So I have to redo that at 2. I apologize for my voice. I probably sound a little raspy and I don't know, bad, but I haven't even really attempted to talk much since last week's Sat Chat and podcast interview because my voice went I tested positive for COVID last Friday, so exactly a week ago, and then Saturday was probably my worst day. I was just on the couch all day and I'm watching TV and watching movies basically. I watched The Turning, which is a modern retake of The Turn of the Screw, which I was like 5 minutes and I'm like, wait a minute, I've seen this story before or heard this story before. We had to read that story back in high school. But I watched it anyways because what else was I gonna do? I was sick. And then I watched whatever played next, which I think was Separation. It was about this woman that dies and comes back and haunts her family. And then there was something else about, The Nanny, that came on, and I was just kind of like, just letting the TV play. And then I'm like, what am I doing? I'm just sitting on the couch. I could at least be drawing or doing something. So then I got my sketchbook and I did the shopfront challenge that Alice Lim posts on Instagram. So I sketched that while I watched Chicago, I think. And it felt a little bit better about myself. And then Sunday, it was New Year's Eve, but obviously I was sick. I had no plans. But we wanted to get, our plan was during the weekend to get all the Christmas decorations down. And Jason did take down the big tree upstairs. And so Sunday I was just feeling, actually no, I think Saturday I was just kind of feeling really unproductive and awful. So after doing my sketch, I also took down the flat tree, all the stuff off the flat tree. And then on Sunday, we took everything down. Now, one thing that my biggest probably COVID symptom was blurry vision and lack of balance. So I was a little nervous going up and down the drop down stairs up to the attic, because as I'm like a Saturday I went up there, I'm like, oh, this is not a good idea today. I'll try again tomorrow. And the next day it was better. I still wasn't 100%, but it's funny. Like that's kind of what was really affected with me with the COVID was my ears would pop a lot, and just having that like lack of balance, and then also just the vision, like my vision still isn't really up to snuff, so I haven't really been doing that much art this week. So I haven't been posting any art this week, and yeah, just feeling like a big failure at life, basically. And it's winter, and I definitely feel the gloom and despair creeping in, especially the last couple of days. I didn't sleep well the night before last, and all day yesterday I was just a complete waste. And I was like, okay, I have no creativity. I am like scraping the bottom of the barrel, no ideas. So I'm like, well, I have a huge mess in the room of hoard. One of my clients shipped a bunch of canvases for an upcoming project that I'm going to do, and it's way more than I need for this project. So I was trying to, and they were all in boxes, so I couldn't really see what I had, and it was just overwhelming. So I'm like, I'm tackling this. This isn't going to take any creativity. It's not really going to take any brain power. It's just going to take some brute strength. And I was feeling pretty broody, I guess, by that point. And so, yeah, I just unboxed all of the canvases and tried to organize them. It's not good. It's not ideal because I don't have like with likes. I didn't have one area where I could put all the canvases and keep them together. So I was kind of like dividing them by stretch canvases and canvas panels. The canvas panels are more dense and heavier. So the stretch canvases I put kind of all together in a shelf that wasn't super heavy duty. And that's one of my issues. I don't have really heavy duty shelving for things that need heavy duty shelving over there. So I don't know, when like the dream studio happens and I'm up in the addition, then I will decide on what I want to have for shelving. And for right now, it's just kind of like, whatever, it works. It's all like crap from the side of the road and yard sale things and stuff I've made out of old doors, basically. It's fine for now. It's just a big glorified storage room over there anyway. But still, I want it to be, it's functional. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. And this is why, right? Everything's fine. It's functional. I can find what I need, but it's definitely not optimized or ideal. So I don't know if I'll do I don't think I'll do a 2024 studio tour, at least not at this point, because nothing has really changed that much in last year, and nothing has been improved since last year. If things have changed since last year's video, it's definitely not been improved, although I did move the pottery wheel back out to the shed because I wasn't using it over there. And holy moly, it is cold. I am surprised that I worked for so many years in the room of hoard with no heat, because just being over there for a few hours dealing with all those canvases, I was chilled. I still feel chilled to the bone. I was like cold for the rest of the day. I had turned my heater on in here because this room is insulated, and I still couldn't get warm. And then I was cold all night, and I was contemplating like having a bath and like washing my hair and doing all of that. But then I was just too lazy to, because I was still kind of tired, I guess, probably from the COVID, and I managed to put my laundry away, and that was it. Not that I'm like super focused. I don't feel like people should be really focused on productivity, but I feel like for myself, I know I have the standard of what I know I can achieve in a day, and when I don't do it, it just really makes me feel like a piece of crap. What can I say? I don't know. This is just a toxic pod. It's not even a podcast. This is just like a toxic rant today. I apologize. There's nothing good here. Watching older Sat Chat. Oh, and it just looks so pale, and yeah. Life is hard. Oh, but what's new? What's new? So it is the new year, year of the dragon, year of the wood dragon, and I was born in the year of the dragon, so I thought, oh, this is great. This is going to be a lucky year for me because I was born year of the fire dragon, so this is another dragon year. It's going to be super lucky and fortunate. So I went to look up because I just needed some confirmation bias. No, what is that? Is that confirmation bias? I need some confirmation that my bias was correct. And I'm like, okay, is it lucky for dragons to be in a dragon year? And no, my friends, no, it is not. It's very unlucky. I'm like, no, I don't need any non-luck. I need luck. So yeah, so I'm like, no, that's not even real. It's just a horoscope. It's not even real. You don't even believe in that. Why be so superstitious? Why did I look it up? Anyway, so then I'm thinking about like, oh, I'm going to be getting on a plane this year, you know, and that doesn't seem like something you want to do on an unlucky year. But anyway, putting that out of my mind, and since the year turned over, this morning actually, because last week I said I'd have it done by this week, this morning I got my 2023 Critique Club archive all set, so that is available now. So if you have the past archives, and the reason I do this is because, as you know, Critique Club is a monthly like membership group. It's $5 a month, and you get 2 new tutorials, a creative prompt, and you can upload your work for feedback. So it's just kind of like a community, and it's totally optional. Those people that want it, it's there. If you don't want it, hey, that's just plenty of free stuff on YouTube. But a lot of people do like that. They like the longer tutorials because YouTube does not really promote the longer tutorials. Once you get over 20 minutes on a tutorial, those videos don't tend to do very well. And I'm not saying they're not good videos and people don't find value on them. It's just nobody sees them because YouTube doesn't put them in front of eyeballs. So unless you are a subscriber and you are watching your feed, you're checking your feed, you're not going to, those videos just aren't going to come up for you. It's really a bummer because they take time to develop and produce. So what I do is I take the tutorials that I put in a critique club and I do a time lapse and I put that on YouTube, and then you get kind of a sneak peek. And if it's something like, oh yeah, I think I'd really like that, there's enough things in critique club that would, you know, earn that $5 or whatever, then people can subscribe. So so that's what that is. It's over in my Teachable School. I'll put a link to that, but the archive for 2023 is available now, and I put, anytime I launch something new, it's 50% off. So regular price on those 24 lessons from Critique Club for a year is $60, so it's $30 if you want to buy lifetime access to that. And you don't need to be a member to do that. You could just, you know, buy the year if you want to. And I did redo the bundle, so I have a bundle of the first 5 years, and I will put that on 50% off as well if you want to grab that. If you bought last year's bundle, that was the first 4 years, you just need to buy the 2023. You don't want to rebuy the bundle because then you'll be buying the first 4 years again. So I'll put links to everything in the video description. The coupon code to get 50% off the 2023 Critique Club archive or the bundle is 2023, just the year. I figured that would be easy. But again, all of that information's in the video description. The water pump is going. I hope you can't hear it. It's annoying the crap out of me right now because everything is annoying me. I'm so irritable. It's not even funny. I don't deal well with being sick. I find it very annoying. It's like the most annoying thing ever. And so I've been very annoyed. I'm just an annoyed person. You probably should just click off. Surely there's something better to watch on YouTube. But while we're at it, what else do we have going on? I don't know. I have a list. I have notes. I've been taking notes. I don't know. I'm not used to it yet. First of all, my hair is dirty. I need to wash it. But second of all, I didn't want to stay. It's so cold. It was like 12 degrees, feels like 0 this morning when I walked the dog. And I'm like, we are going to be going quick. And we're only doing a mile because it's too cold. I'm still chilled from yesterday, and we get chilled again. I cannot cope with winter. I need to strike it big so I can have a house in the southern hemisphere somewhere that I could just go in September, live there till like April, and then come back to Maine, because I feel like the winters get harder and longer every year. Even though climate change is making the winters technically shorter, they just hit harder every year, and I'm not equipped. I don't know like why my tolerance for the cold has dropped so much, but it definitely has. And it sucks away my inspiration. I had a client reach out to me yesterday, and they were like, we need a concept for some social media promotions towards the end of the year. You know, do you want to work with us on that? And I'm like, you know, I would love to work on that, but I have no ideas. I have no idea whatsoever that I can deliver up in a week. I just don't. I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel. It happens every year, and I'm just like, you better go with another artist, because I got nothing. I got nothing, friends. Empty. I'm devoid of ideas. So yeah, I feel like the sad is kicking in. It was funny because when I was Christmas shopping, I saw, and it was very affordable. It was one of those light therapy lights, and it was only $20, maybe $25. It was at Martin, so it was like really cheap. It was USB powered. I'm like, oh, I could plug that right into my computer and have it just shining on me all day. And I didn't buy it because I was feeling fine a couple weeks ago. It's like, oh, why didn't I buy that? Who knows what sort of magical sunbeams it would be sending in my direction. But then I'm like, does that give you wrinkles? Is it like being in the sun? I wear sunscreen. Is that like gonna let the light penetrate what it needs to do? I don't know. If you guys know anything about those therapy lights, let me know. Oh, I don't know. I'm just feeling very dour this week, and I don't know. I was gonna say, don't you want to come and paint with me in France? Did you want to be around this all week? Doesn't this sound like a good time? If so, there's a link in the description. I definitely have to get on the stick about promoting the second week of the France retreat and fill those spots. But I think I've convinced everybody to run in the other direction. Oh, and I don't have time to start it over because I'm going to be on a podcast in 20 minutes, and boy, I hope I can bring the fun, because right now I'm just feeling like a big downer. I'm just going to hide. I'm going to hide. I'm going to isolate. That's what I need to isolate, not from the COVID. I need to isolate my attitude, not my COVID germs. I'm probably not even germy anymore because it's been a week. I don't even know. That's what they're saying, 5 days now for isolation, but I haven't left the house, so so the world is safe from both my attitude and my germs, apparently. So I heard this thing that was kind of interesting. Oh, by the way, Michael's class is next Friday? When is it? I don't even know what today is. I think maybe it's in 2 weeks. I don't know. This is coming up 19th, I think. The perfume bottle right there. I'll leave a link to it. So I was looking around on YouTube, and it was a 3-minute video, and somebody said something about, have you experienced the glimmers? I'm like, what is that? But I don't know what that is, but it sounds good. So click that video, 3 minutes. Yeah, I'll find out what that is. And it's like the opposite of being triggered is being glimmered. And so like a glimmer, you know, when you're triggered, right? You're like, you hear something that you don't like, and it makes you kind of feel a little traumatized. It's like, you know, trigger warnings and stuff like that. Like, we're going to talk about, you know, whatever, we're going to talk about something, and so it warns you so you don't have to listen to it anymore. So a glimmer is like the opposite of that. It's like for no good reason. You feel good. You feel like this happiness. It could be like when you're out in nature, or maybe you hear a sound or a song, or just something kind of like gives you the warm fuzzies, I guess. And I'm like, ah, that's nice. I would like to have like more glimmers, less triggers this year. I don't think I'm terribly triggered. I don't like if I'm reading a book and I can just tell that something bad is going to happen to an animal in the book, which is really obvious because, you know, people don't just randomly throw in cute little animals in a book. So something happened to that dog, done. I'm done. I'm not reading any further, you know. So, but like that, a glimmer would be like the opposite. Like you're walking outside, you feel the sun in your face, and you just everything feels right in the world. You know, when it's not icy tundra January in Maine. Yeah, feelings like that. Or maybe you smell a smell, or that's why I like to wear perfume every day, because I like that, pleasantness, I guess. Or maybe you feel a soft sweater, or so, I don't know, you know, just things that just make you feel happy for no reason. So yeah, we all need more of that. More glimmers, less triggers. That's what I'm saying. I wrote that down. I just put the most random things on my list. Oh, something else that's interesting is that, or that you guys will want to know, some people will find it interesting, that masking powder is back in stock over at Renaissance, over at A Little Creative on Etsy, and I have a coupon code FRUGAL10 to save 10% off your order. So I'll put all that in the video description as well. My friend April runs a shop. I just want to be completely transparent there. She's the Renaissance distributor for North America. So she sells their watercolor paints and their other products. But the masking powder is really unique. It's this powder, and you paint it on your watercolor paper. I like to use like a stiff fabric brush. Where is it? Oh, it's way up there. I can't be bothered to go across the room and pick it up. But I like to use like a fabric brush to apply it, and then it just keeps that area of your paper from getting wet. It's very weird. But then if you want to paint over that area, you can, after your paint's dry, you can erase it, and then you can go in there and paint. It's kind of neat. I don't know what it is. It almost acts like a wax, but it's dry, like a dry wax or something. I don't know. But it's removable, so it's crazy. It's crazy. I used it on the on my Critique Club project with the berries and the snowy branch. It's also in the 2023 archive or membership if you are curious about that project. Oh gosh, my voice, guys, I'm so sorry. I wanted to do the Art Dice live stream yesterday, but I just couldn't count my voice would last that long. I'm hoping it'll hold up all right for the podcast and it won't sound all squeaky and raspy, but yeah. I've been also, my nose has been running like crazy this week, and I don't know, my hair is flat. I got a Caruso molecular hair setter for Christmas, and I love that. I used to use it in college and in high school, and even after for a while, and it heats your hair with steam, but I think your hair has to be clean for it to work. And also, I think, I don't think I let it sit long enough. I don't think my hair fully dried before I took it out because I was kind of in a rush. And yeah, I just need to get used to it. And also I feel like I like to use the jumbo rollers just for some body, but I feel like they want to slide out of my hair. I don't know. I also don't like to use hairspray. I used to use hairspray, but I don't like to because I don't like my hair to feel tangly, and I don't like to wash my hair very often. as I've mentioned here. Oh, the Altenew class, I don't know how long the sale's on for. I should have emailed and asked before I started recording, but I don't have my crap together this week. The All Too New class has an early bird special. So like the basic kit was like $200-ish. And they have like, and it's on sale for $99, and you get the basic supplies in that kit. And then there's the deluxe kit that has more supplies, and that's like 100 something off. So there's some really, so it's almost 50% off. It's like a little over 50% off for the basic and under 50% off for the deluxe. But anyway, I'm going to link to that with the coupon codes down below. I did notice that last week, and I put that information in the video description with the coupon codes, but I don't think they were out when I recorded it. So, so if you did want to take the class, you could save some money. I mean, because there's a lot of supplies that come with the bundle, so that's what most of the cost of the class is. I don't know if they're going to offer it standalone or not, but again, I'm gonna try to find out. The podcast that I'm doing after this is with Altanu, so I'm gonna see if the person that does the interview knows that. If not, I'll just send an email. I don't know why I don't have my stuff together. Oh my word, I've never been so disorganized and ineffective as I have this week. Probably last January, but yeah, I just don't deal with being sick very well. I've got to be honest. I'm kind of a crybaby. Call the wambulance because I need a seat. I need a seat in the wambulance because I'm just a whiny crybaby this week. Oh, I need to turn it around. I need to snap out of it. I think I will. I'm feeling warmer. My office is a little bit warmer than the rest of the house because I've had the door shut with the radiator on. And that's good because, man, I feel like once I get cold, like really, really cold, I have a really hard time to shake it. And I don't like winter. I've lived in Maine my entire life, and I don't think I've ever liked winter. Maybe as a kid when you're out like snowmobiling and stuff. That was fun. But I was a fat little kid, so I had plenty of insulation. Not that I don't have plenty of insulation now, but not as much as I did then. And I just don't deal with the cold very well. But man, when I was a kid, I would snowmobile all over the place and sled and ice skate and all of that. I probably just need to move more. But even walking the dog, I'm freezing. I'm freezing out there. Oh, and it feels colder when there's no snow. I don't know why. It's like if it's just cold and there's no snow, it just is, everything is gray and brown and uninspiring. It's like the opposite of going into the Wizard of Oz. You know, when you watch that movie and Dorothy steps out into the Wizard of Oz land. I don't know what you call it. Oz, it's Oz! Clearly! Oh, the brain is not functioning. When she steps out into Oz and everything is in beautiful color, it's like the opposite of being in Maine in the winter. It's like you step out and you're just plunged into darkness and gray, and it's so dispiriting, you know, it just pulls the spirit out of your body, and it pulls the joy out of your day, and it's awful. It's just awful. Last year I thought, well, we got good insurance now. I think I'll learn how to ski. But no, I didn't learn how to ski. And this year I don't feel like learning how to ski. I don't know. I don't feel like doing anything. I have no motivation right now, no ambition. Oh, wow. This has not been the happy sat chat you've been accustomed to. I might need to go and buy that light therapy lamp. You'd think with all the lights pointing at me right now, I would just be, you know, tap dancing or something. I did watch the musical Chicago. I'd never seen it before. I watched that while I was sick last weekend, and that was very good. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I think I need to find Moulin Rouge. I haven't seen that either. I love musicals. I'm like, how have I not seen these? I love to see musicals in person. I should really make sure the next time I see one advertised that I go, because I always get kind of like, oh, that's so expensive, you know. I should just do it. You only live once, you know. You only live once. I should just go for it. I don't know, guys. I wish I could bring the fun. I can't even talk about what I did this week because I really didn't do much of anything. I did though. I finished up a couple freelance projects. Finished up editing the All Too New class, which is coming up next month, that you can purchase now for over at All Too New. It's watercolor playdate. Honestly, I was way more fun when I recorded that, so please don't. Like, what with her? What is it, watercolor despair? My new class, watercolor despair. Join me, will you, for... We're going to paint with gray. We're going to use Payne's gray and Davies gray. We're going to use chrome oxide. It's all going to be chrome oxide green, my least favorite color in the world. And it's just going to be, it's going to suck your will to paint. It's just going to be, it's going to be awful. Who wants to join me? It's funny because my husband and I were washing the dishes the other night, and I refuse to dry dishes. I will not do it. I will not do it. I will wash the dishes and I will put them on a towel. I'm not drying them. I'm not going to do something that Mother Nature will do, that time will just do on its own. So my husband will usually come and he'll see, oh, I'm washing the dishes, and he'll grab a dish bag and he'll start drying them, putting them away. And he's like, why are there 3 large black mugs? We haven't had 3 large black mugs in as long as I can remember. And I'm like, oh, that's weird, because I know I probably used to have 4 large black mugs back in my dorm, maybe in my apartment. I'm trying to think, did I even have them in my dorm? I remember buying some really big mugs at Rennie's in Dexter when I used to work at WGUI out there. And we still have, I still use those mugs. They're my big bowls, my big coffee bowls. That's what I prefer to drink coffee out of, because it's just the right amount. And I'm like, that is so weird. Then I thought, what if there was a tear between the universes and our parallel universe people selves were washing dishes, and they put the dish away and it slipped through the veil in their cupboard to my cupboard, and that's why there's 3 mugs there. And then I wondered, what is parallel universe Lindsay up to? I wonder, is she, maybe she loves the winter. Maybe she's out like skiing and snowboarding and all of that. I wonder that. What is parallel universe you doing? Have you ever thought about that? It's like you think of all the different like universes out there, and you're probably like, Lindsay has lost it. I don't know. I can't prove that they're there. You can't prove that they're not. But where that mug come from is all I'm saying. And it's like it was slipped through the veil. There must have been a thin veil moment, and it was slipped through the veil. There's a really great trilogy. Oh, actually, I think it's great. I haven't read it, but I did watch on HBO the adaptation, because I'd never heard of the books. And I'm not sure what the books are actually called, but the on HBO, the series is called His Dark Materials. And it's amazing. It's, if you love young adult literature, which I'm not going to be ashamed to say it, I like some young adult literature, okay? I like the fantasy of it. I don't know, it's whimsical, and it's just like, I like the magic of it. I feel like our life doesn't have enough magic, especially in the winter when everything is just devoid of life. I watched that series last winter, and it was just it was a little glimmer. It was a little glimmer in the day. Anyway, there's a character there that can use this knife to cut between universes, and that's what I thought about. It's like, oh, this little somebody made a little hole between the universes, and they plopped that coffee mug into my. Oh, wouldn't that be awful if someone's decluttering their house in their universe, and they're like, blim, 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 I'm gonna push that in other universes. That's other universe Lindsay's problem. I'm not dealing with that anymore. And you just shove it in there like you're shoving something in a closet. It's actually plopping it into somebody else's universe, kind of like Narnia, which is like probably my favorite fantasy universe. But it's winter. Isn't that odd that one of my favorite fantasy alternate realities is Narnia, when I can't stand winter. But I feel like it's like that British winter where it's like, it's just snowy, but it's not really cold. Doesn't it seem like people are you from Britain? Okay. People from the UK, let me know. Is it cold over there in the winter, or do you just get this little dainty little snow, and you're out there in your little pea coat, being all dapper and posh, and you're not even chilled? Because whenever I watch something like the Doctor Who Christmas special, and I see them over there with a little bit of snow, and they're in their flannel or whatever, and it's like, how are you not freezing? You got a mini. Oh wow, for nothing, I had nothing to say, and I actually ran the time out on my camera. And now I realize I'm going to record a podcast in 5 minutes, so I'm not re-recording Sat Chat. I can't recapture that magic. What am I saying? So anyway, I want to say thank you so much for watching. I'm so sorry that I was not the most bright and positive beam of energy this week. But there's always next week, hopefully. Hopefully I snap out of it and turn my life around, and I feel better. I mean, I've got to. I'm going to be physically more well, knock on wood, on this unlucky dragon year. Here's hoping, guys. Send me some vibes. Send me some positive vibes, please. I need them. Everything I talked about will be linked in the video description. And yeah, I'll try to get that extra information about the Alta New class, whether it's going to be available as a standalone or what what else? There's something else. Oh, I also want to know how long that sale's good for. So I'll find out that and put that in the video description too, along with coupon codes for my 2023 Critique Club archive if you want to check it out. I have some good stuff in that. I was like, ooh, I got some nice colored pencil things in there. That's good. Because I'm going back and like making the thumbnail for that. I'm like, oh yeah, I love that project. Oh, I love that project, you know? Because I completely forget about stuff after I've done it. I'm on to the next thing. I don't really reflect back on what I've done very much. I'm just kind of like onward. It's like the opposite of sitting on your laurels. I'm sitting on my, what's the opposite of a laurel? I'm falling forward onto my non-laurels. I don't like to sit on my laurels, friends. I don't like to sit on my laurels. I'm more interested in what I'm going to do next than what I've already done. So hopefully, hey, if that's you, if you're more interested in what I'm about to do than join Critique Club membership, if you're like, I don't know, you seem a little shady, you're a little suspicious, I think I'll take the archives. It's probably a good idea. I don't know. What is life? I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please give me a thumbs up if you found this at all. Maybe it made you feel better about your life. That's good. I can be an inspiration or a cautionary tale or a warning on any given week. So anyway, thank you for watching. I'll pull it together before next week, hopefully. Thanks for watching. Until next time, happy crafting. Bye.